Hey everyone, so basically in today's GFG POTD, we have a problem single number. So basically it is an easy level of problem, and as a problem mentioned here, given an array R of positive integers where every element appears even times except for one, find that number occurring an odd number of times. So basically this problem explains that we have a number which are basically a positive integer, and also here we can say that the numbers are like having their pairs, and these pairs must be like in even number, right? If it is going to be odd number, then we need to like return those number. Okay, like here we can say that where every element appears even times except for one. Okay, that means even pairs must we have like their pairs. Find that the numbers occurring and odd numbers of times. So basically by using this constant here, we can say that here input is like 1 1 2 2 2. So like 1 has a pair, but if you look at this 2 is like having the pair of like odd number of times, so we'll return 2. Okay, similarly if you're talking about this second example here, 8 8 7 7 6 6, and but here there is actually 1, so 1 does not have their pair, so here we have to return 1. So we need to solve this problem with an expected time complexity of order of n and expected auxiliary space of order of 1. So basically this question is like asked in Amazon, and the topic text are like arrays and data structure. So basically this problem is really very easy. We can simply solve it by using bit manipulations. So basically this is the example first, which is like the element 1 1 2 2 2. So here we have the like numbers 2 2 2 is are actually appearing odd number of times. So the approach is really very simple. To solve this types of problems, we have to doing thing like we have to storing this first index value inside some, like let's say if I have to declare a variable answer. Okay, and we need to store it inside this variable. So here in this variable answer, we need to store our first index. That means we have to store the value 1, and then after that what we will do, we are actually traversing. That means our second step will be we need to traverse inside the array, and while traversing this array we need to also taking XORing. Like we can say that answer XOR, and one by one we have to XOR it by all the elements from the array. Once we have done these things, finally we got those elements which are having which does not having any pair. Also it will also return those values which are having more than two pairs. We can say that, like in this case here, if you're talking about the example 1, so here we can say that 2 appears for the odd number of time, whereas if we are talking about this one here, 1 is also appearing for odd number of times. So basically it will return those values who are actually appearing for odd number of times. So let's try to solve this problem. The simple approach is like that. What actually I'm doing here, while storing this value, let's say here array of 0 is like 1. So if we take 1 here, and if we take the XOR of the second element, which is considered to be like again 1, so we know very well in binary language we are actually write 1 is like in this way, 1 and 1. Those value which are considered to be like same than their value, we need to return 0. Okay, now once we are actually getting this value for 0, now we need to XOR between this number to this number. Okay, that means 2. So if we are doing these things, what we will actually getting here, actually I'm getting 0, and for 2 we got here we get like this thing. So if we get the same value, we will return 0, and if we are getting different value, there we will return 1. Okay, then again we have to do this thing by using this thing. Okay, now here we are actually getting 1 0, and again we have to take 2, 1 0, and then 1 0 here again. Okay, now if we are actually getting by XORing this value, if we get the same value, we have to return 0. Okay, so again we will get here 0, till here we again get 0. Now again if we are actually doing XORing between 0 and 2, so we will get here 0 and 0 by this value, and then after that here we have to take 2, the last value. So 2 will be like 1 and 0. So while doing these things, we are actually again getting 0 and 1, so which is our final output. So if we are converting this binary number to decimal number, we are actually getting 2, so it will return the output as 2 as the question number 1. Like here we are actually getting the output 2 here. Similarly, if you are talking about this second example, again we are actually getting a 1. So the approach is really very simple. Here we have to like first of all create a variable. Let's say I am getting answer variable, and here we need to store our first index values of array inside the answer variable, and then after that what we have to do, we need to traverse it through complete array. So here we have to traverse from one index, from one position. We have to skip the initial index and start from the next step, because we are actually comparing. And then after that, having to traverse it until array of size, okay, alright. And then after that I plus plus, and then after that what we have to do, here we need to store inside the answer is equal to answer, then we have to take XOR between the array of I. Okay, now once we've done these things, after it will reach at the last position, it will return the odd number, which we can simply take out by using return answer. Let's compile and run. So it's compiled. Let's try to submit it. So it's submitted. So that's all for the today. Thanks for watching.